I have been teaching Spanish for a very long time, and I have been teaching an advanced oral conversation course in Spanish. And I had these wonderful students who were really learning a lot and really passionate about Spanish, but I noticed that they weren't really taking their Spanish to the next level just by sitting in the classroom and talking to each other. At the same time, I had a friend who was involved with the refugee center, and she would tell me stories about how the Spanish-speaking population in town was growing and the big need that there was to help these people that had some really basic needs that needed to be met in their language and with knowledge of their cultures. And so I said, these two things should come together. This wonderful group of students that I have that needs a challenge to take their Spanish to the next level, and this group of people who are doing wonderful things to help an important segment of our community, the Spanish-speaking community, and let's put those two together so they can benefit mutually from this. Right, I think that one of the values that they have to the university is that they show the community outside of the university the true commitment that we have to creating strong community campus bridges, ties that are respectful of each other, that we respect the expertise of the people that are outside of the university. They help us be a better university by offering this kind of internship program to the Spanish students. So it is of value to the university because it puts us in a good light to the outside community that our students and our faculty are doing this. It's also of value to the university simply because I think that it offers a wonderful learning opportunity to the students. You're a good university when you have good courses, when you have good learning experiences, when you have high academic expectations for your students in your classes, but you can combine them with practical, hands-on, pre-professional experience that then students can use in their resumes, in their cover letters for jobs or for graduate school, that they can talk about in their job interviews with very specific examples of how they have worked in multicultural teams, how they have used their Spanish in the workplace, how they have contributed to meeting the mission of a nonprofit organization. There are just so many examples that are valuable to the students who take the class, that they can then take beyond the class, that all of that ends up reflecting very well on the University of Illinois, and specifically, I would say, the College of Liberal Arts and Sciences. I think that sometimes within the College of Liberal Arts and Sciences, students think, oh, I love Spanish, or I love history, or I love philosophy, but I need to go to the College of Business, or I need to go to the College of Engineering to think about what kind of job I want to have in the future. When instead, I think that these courses are really showing students you can have a career in the nonprofit world, and you can have a career in the educational world using your Spanish, because they see this, they see it modeled for them with the supervisors that they have out in the community, but also it just gives them a baseline of professional experience in Spanish with people of other cultures, other languages, that are transferable to any professional setting. You can be a doctor and having worked at the refugee center and interacting with people in Spanish, responding to their needs, understanding where they're coming from culturally to be able to help them, that's going to help you be a better doctor with your patients who come, not just your Spanish-speaking patients that come from any other culture or language, because you will just have this baseline of knowledge and of experience working with people from other cultures and other languages that will transfer into all kinds of arenas.
Vida Alegre is intervention research, but it's also a social service program for the Latina immigrant mothers. It's a 10-week program, group cognitive behavior therapy, and the investigator or the clinical social worker has modified the program for the Latina immigrant mothers in the Champaign Urbana area, which is a very small rural area, and the previous mothers have benefited from it. They love the group work. together with the bilingual social workers, and they make a really nice group cohesion. So both the program itself, Spanish social work service, and then the support from the group. So in that way, we're helping the Latina immigrant mothers. We really enjoy volunteers from the Spanish class because the students are fluent in the language, so that the students can communicate with the mothers and the children, and those communication really help the children and if the children have separation anxiety, the mother have to separate themselves in order to participate in the group, and it's just like 10 meters away in the separate room, but little children have really hard time, and usually the students from the Spanish class know how to deal with the children very well and speaking in the same language, and it's very, very helpful. We really enjoy having you guys here.
The SOAR program started, I guess it was like 7 or 8 years ago.
Okay.
And it was tutoring children who live in Shadowwood,
Okay.
who live in the trailer park. Volunteers used to go to the trailer park,
Okay.
and then the trailer became uninhabitable. We couldn't go there anymore.
Okay.
So Sherry Alimi, a principal, got the program started at Booker T. Washington.
Okay.
And it was Ann Abbott's class that came into Booker T with our Latino children from
Okay.
Shadowwood and just started tutoring our kids. It's Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, from 3 to 4 o'clock.
Okay.
It's third grade, second, third, fourth, and fifth grade students.
Okay.
We try to get one-on-one tutoring with the children. The importance of this program is that our children are getting to have help, especially at the upper grades, help them with the
Right.
English, reading, writing, math, social studies, science. So they have this wonderful tutoring.
Right.
With second grade, they help them in the fall with their reading and Spanish.
Okay.
And the fact that many of the tutors are fluent Spanish speakers, oh my gosh, it just makes that connection
Right.
with our bilingual program here at Garden Hills stronger. You know, our kids' scores are not the lowest in the school.
Okay.
And even though they're dealing with 2 languages,
Right.
and
amazing.
transferring over to English, reading at the second semester of second grade, third grade, they have to take ISAT
Right.
at a third grade level.
Wow.
And so it is a tremendous amount of work that our children have to do. And so the SOAR tutors, and thank you, Ann Abbott, thank you for this class and for all the help you've given.
I really like my tutor because she helped me with my homework. And when I do my homework, we can read together and we can play together with the game.
Last semester, I volunteered at the Francis Nelson Dental Center through Smile Healthy in Champaign, and I had the opportunity to work at the dental center and be act as a receptionist, sort of, so confirm appointments for patients, especially Spanish-speaking patients, and help them make appointments. And I would say that my most memorable moment there was when I had a woman call us at the office, and I answered the phone in English, as I do for everyone, and she said, "Espanol, please," and I said, "Sí," which obviously I was prompting her to go ahead, and she kept asking me because she didn't understand that I spoke Spanish, and then after we were finished making her appointment, she said in broken English, "Thank you so much for using Spanish," and that just really warmed my heart. And this semester I'm working at Leal Elementary School in Urbana, and I'm really excited because it's a different change of pace from working with adults at the dental clinic, and they have so much energy for little third graders, and they're very excited to have me there, or so they tell me. So it's only my second week, but I'm really looking forward to coming in, and they keep telling me that they look forward to seeing me every Wednesday, so that always makes me happy. So this opportunity has really made me, helped me to perfect my Spanish in multiple areas, so in a professional setting like the dental center, and even working with kids in the school. So I feel like if I were to apply for a job, it really helps me open up my opportunities because I can say that I've had experience working in a setting where I've used my Spanish. So these two opportunities put together have really helped make me a more marketable person in terms of being high school.
Every student is a wonderful story. I mean, I always ask myself, how do I get only the very best students from the University of Illinois in my classes? Because I have really wonderful students every semester.
Which community partner did you volunteer with?
I'm volunteering with Provito Medical Center.
So far, what was your most memorable experience with the community partner?
I would have to say shadowing the medical interpreter as she went around interpreting for patients that did not speak English. It was a real good experience because I saw how she was working, and she wasn't translating like in third person, but like she told me that as an interpreter, you're acting as the patient's voice.
Did taking either of these courses affect your professional interests or goals?
Yes, because at first I was thinking of, for me, trying to go into industrial organization psychology, but now like I'm thinking more into clinical because I've been working in the medical center.
I took 232 and 332, and I chose to volunteer with SOAR for both of them. I worked with a kindergartner when I was in 232 because the kindergartners used to be part of the program at Garden Hills, and then now I'm working with a fourth grader who just moved here from Peru. She was adopted by an American family who doesn't speak Spanish, so I'm really happy to be able to help her out, transition, teach her English, things along those lines, and improve her reading comprehension. My most memorable experience was probably when I was in 232 working with Alia. She ran up and gave me a hug on the last day and was like, thanks so much for helping me with my homework. I really appreciate it. And the fact that she was able to, we always spoke Spanish together, but she did know English, but we always spoke Spanish, and that was the first time I'd heard her speak English, so I thought it was really sweet that she did that. One valuable lesson I learned is that you need to take initiative in order to find opportunities in the community as well as find opportunities in business. So a couple of summers ago I worked with UNO charter schools, and I had to email them and take initiative because sometimes there wasn't a lot of things for me to work on, but I would ask them, and sometimes they'd take me out of the community and we'd help recruit for registration of a new charter school in a Hispanic neighborhood. It actually did affect my professional goals, these classes, because I hope to be able to incorporate Spanish into whatever career I do. I now am pursuing a Cyber International Business Certificate, so I'm taking business classes along with Spanish classes in hopes of pursuing a HR degree where I can use Spanish for employee relations.
I like to work with my tutor because she can help me with the homework. He can draw with me, and she can do cool stuff with me.
We have a really good, solid foundation right now, and I would be very happy if we simply continued to offer the courses and have more students enroll in the course. And even if they didn't change very much, I still think that just always having that campus community experience, classroom experience combined with practical real-world experience, if we can just continue, I think that that's a great future. However, I'm always looking ahead. What is the latest trend? What is the latest technology? How can we incorporate things into the class? So one of the things that I've been doing for the past at least 2 semesters, if not 3 semesters, is really incorporating social media and technology more and more into the classroom component of this course. And so we have a Facebook page that isn't just, oh, we have a Facebook page, please like us. It is a place where we're actually doing learning activities during the class, exchanging information. I really like to use that as a way to connect the students who took the course but are no longer in it with students who are currently in the course. So that's one way in which I see the course is growing, integrating more and more technology as part of the classroom experience. I think that if we have more students, we can have more community partnerships. The demand for the University of Illinois students to go out into the community and help and use their Spanish in that way, I cannot meet that demand. And so if I get more students, then we can grow the number of options that our students already have. I would love to add another community service learning course. Right now we have two. We have Spanish in the community, and we have Spanish in entrepreneurship, or Spanish and social entrepreneurship. Why couldn't we do this and teach another content area where students are still, again, working out in the community and using that community service learning to enhance their learning of whatever that content is? I would really just like to encourage all students who are interested in Spanish to think about taking Spanish 232. The experience is really worth the extra time that you spend going out into the community, getting off campus. Some students might think, I don't have time for this course. Some students might think my Spanish isn't good enough. Some students might think, I don't know what they might think. But whatever you are thinking, why you're not maybe signing up for this course, believe me, it is worth it to take the course. 28 hours working in the community may seem like too much to ask, but the return that you get in your own learning and your own confidence in your Spanish, and some of my students even decide what they want to do with their careers, and they get letters of recommendation, and they change the career path that they were on. It can really be a transformative experience for many students, and so I really encourage everyone to sign up for Spanish 232, and then obviously I hope that they will continue and they will take Spanish 332 afterwards.